Hello, everybody, it's DemonRushGaming. And as you can see it, I can't believe it. I don't know if you can believe it, but the Titans have made it to the AFC Championship. Not only that, we are at home, baby, against the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning, it's not going to be an easy game. None of them have been easy for us so far. We've had our lucky breaks, I can say that much. But let's check it out. And the other game for the NFC Championship is the Redskins versus the Saints. Gonna be interesting. So let's check out, let's look at the scores, let's see what went wrong, what was the big score difference, if any, besides ours. Let's check it out, man. Let's see. So it looks like, okay, Broncos at Patriots. The undefeated Patriots lost 41-34. The Redskins, who were undefeated, won 24-18. We beat the Baltimore Ravens 45-27, and New Orleans beat the Packers 34-31. So let's start by checking out this Broncos and Patriots game. Peyton Manning had a 111.3 passer rating with 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tom Brady had a 95.6 passer rating with 363 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Let's check out the rushing game. Ronnie Hillman came up big, 25 rushes, 108 yards, a little over 4 yards carry, and 1 touchdown. Brandon Bolden, 16 carries, 48 yards, no touchdown, and he even fumbled once. Now let's see, A.J. Anderson got 12 for 28, and that was the 3 main rushers on the day receiving. Let's check this out. Danny Amendola, 14 receptions, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Julius Thomas, 8 receptions, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Julian Edelman, 7 receptions, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, 6 receptions for 56 yards. Brandon LaFell, 5 for 66 and a touchdown. And of course, you got Bolden, Welker, and Hillman, who also have some receptions in this game. Defense, let's check it out. Most tackles went to Jamie Collins and Gerard Mayo, and the top 3 tacklers all came from the same team. Let's see. How many sacks were there? Oh, there was no sacks. Let's check out interceptions. Chris Harris Jr. with the only interception. Let's check out forced fumbles. 1 forced fumble, and did anyone from the Broncos recover that fumble? No one did. Okay, so let's move on. Safeties, let's check that out. No safeties. And touchdown, Chris Harris Jr. got a pick 6. The only person with an interception. Let's check out kick returns. Wes Welker, 3 kick returns, 151 yards, and a touchdown. We need to watch out for that when we play him. That's going to be interesting. Akeem Talib, 2 for 51. So we got some big-time kick returners here. Punt return, let's check it out. No touchdowns. 4 for Danny Amendola for 20 yards. And then Wes Welker's 3 for 11. So not much going on there. Let's see. Let's check out the box score. So, first quarter, Denver was leading. Second quarter, Denver was leading. Third quarter, Denver was leading. And fourth quarter, the Patriots tried to come for a comeback. And if the Broncos wouldn't have scored that only touchdown in the fourth quarter, they would have been going into overtime. That would have been interesting. Okay, so now, let's move on to the very next game. Let's check it out. Divisional game, 49ers at Redskins. Let's see how this one's going to go. Josh Johnson, who's been interesting in the playoffs. We've seen him do pretty well, considering I'm pretty sure he's like a third-string quarterback. I could be wrong. Anyway, he had 204 yards and 1 interception. Redskins quarterback, Robert Griffin III, 247 yards and 3 interceptions. Now remember, Redskins did win. So let's go to rushing. Alfred Morris, 21 attempts, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Frank Gore, 20 for 65 and no touchdowns. Evan Royster, 10 for 34 and 2 touchdowns. Okay, so we see where the Redskins got their scores from. Now, there was no receiving touchdowns. So let's just see. Alfred Morris, 7 receptions for 64 yards. Deshaun Jackson, 6 for 63. Pierre Garçon, 5 for 59. These are the top 3 receivers, all in the Redskins. So I'm sure that got them into good territory. Vernon Davis, 5 for 36. Frank Gore, 4 for 31. And then you get back to the Redskins, 4 for 55. And then you just keep going. You can see if you have a favorite receiver, how well they did and all this mix. Let's check out defense now. Top tacklers were Antoine Bethea, Eric Reed, Patrick Willis, Corey Lemonnier, and Akeem Jordan. Now, all of these were for the 49ers except Jordan. So let's see. Sacks. How many sacks were there? No sacks. What is with no sacks, really? Okay, interceptions. You got 2 by Eric Reed, 1 by Tremaine Brock, and 1 by Brandon Merriweather. Okay, let's see. Forced fumbles. Let's see if there were any. There were none. Okay, let's check out. Pretty sure there were no safeties. Oh, there was a safety. Wow, Ray McDonald from the 49ers got a safety, and there looks like there's a touchdown too. Touchdown goes to Tremaine Brock. So defense got them 9 points. Got the 49ers 9 points, it looks like. That's crazy. Let's go to kicking, because I feel like there was a decent amount of field goals at least. Let's check this out. Okay, so 3 field goals were made by the 49ers. 1 out of 3 for the Redskins. So that basically, that's it. That's all the 49ers points came from the defense, which gave them 9, and their kicker, who gave them 9. So that's their 18 points. 3 right here for the Redskins, and then you have the 3 touchdowns made by their rushing. So I'm going to know that kick return didn't do anything. So basically, run game for the Redskins won them the game. So that's quite interesting. Let's check out the Saints game. Let's check out how that one went. Let's start out and see. So 89.2 passer rating for Drew Brees, 351 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, 86.0 passer rating, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Let's go to rushing now. Pierre Thomas, top rusher on the day in yards, 17 attempts, 89 carries, and 1 fumble. James Starks, 16 attempts, 66 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. Ingram, 7 for 20. Aaron Rodgers, 6 for 18. And Dujon Harris, 4 for 9. Let's go to receiving now. Jordy Nelson, 11 for 112 and a touchdown. Of course, you got Marquise Colston, 9 for 83. Kenny Stills, 8 for 108 and a touchdown. Jimmy Graham, 7 for 60. James Starks, 6 for 79 and a touchdown. Mark Ingram, 5 for 34 and a touchdown. Robert Meacham, 4 for 58, 2 out of 4 of his catching being touchdowns. You got Jarrett Boykin, 30 for 17. Brandon Bostock, 2 for 8. Okay, so now let's go to defense. A.J. Hawk, most tackles on the day, followed up by Kenny Vaccaro. And then you got Casey Hayward, Morgan Burnett, Jarius Byrd, and it just keeps going on and on. So, let's check out any sacks on the day. No sacks. We were the only game to have sacks, I believe. Okay, interceptions. Here we go. Keenan Lewis, 2. Clinton Dix, 1. Tremaine Williams, 1. Okay, so Keenan Lewis went absolutely insane in this game. Let's check this out. Any forced fumbles, maybe? Yes, 1 by Morgan Burnett and 1 by Cameron Jordan. Were any recovered? None of the 2 fumbles were recovered. That's absolutely insane. I doubt there were safeties. I don't think so. And I don't think there was a defensive touchdown, but I could be incorrect. Yeah, I'm pretty correct. This game was a pretty straightforward game. So, into the first quarter, Green Bay was winning. Into the second quarter, Green Bay was winning. Into the third quarter, Green Bay was winning. And then the Saints came back and scored 17 in the fourth to win the game. It reminds me, I forgot to do that for the Redskins and 49ers game. Let's go do that real quick, and then I'll move on from there. Let's check their box scores and everything like that. Let's go box score. First quarter, Redskins had 1 rushing touchdown. 49ers had a field goal. Second quarter, each of them scoring a touchdown. That must have been what pick 6 was, and a field goal. Third quarter, 49ers took the lead when they got 5 points off the safety and a field goal. In the final quarter, they did not score, which cost them the game, and got the Redskins win when they got a field goal and, of course, the rushing touchdown. So, yes. Actually, why not? Let's check our game too, just to see what the difference was in the stats-wise. Joe Flacco had a 157.1 passer rating before he did get injured, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and honestly, not to say that the Titans aren't a good team, but I think if Joe Flacco wouldn't have gone down, it would have been a very, very interesting game. I definitely don't think it would have ended like it was, because Joe Flacco had 2 really quick touchdowns, and then he got injured, and after that, their team only scored 1 more touchdown. Keith winning 118, got 14 yards, 1 throw, and then he handed off the ball. And his 2 plays he was out there, it felt like everything went back to when Flacco was there. It felt like they were about to dominate. And then their boy Tyrod Taylor came back out and everything changed again. 54 rating, 62 yards, and 1 interception. Charlie Whitehurst led our team because no other quarterback was able to. Charlie Whitehurst, 72.6 rating, 442 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6, count them, 6 interceptions. Our defense was on fire, otherwise we would have got smoked. 22 carries, 77 yards, 3 touchdowns for Andre Ellington on the day. Justin Forsett, 20 for 54. We never really let him break free. He actually had a fumble. Sean Green, 14 for 49. Came in after Ellington got hurt for a little while. Tyrod Taylor, 4 for 16, and a touchdown and a fumble. 1 for Wood, 1 for 18, for 8, my bad, and Joe Flacco had 1 for 2, and he actually fumbled on that play. So, now we move on to receiving. Kendall Wright, 10 for 152, 2 touchdowns. Justin Forsett, 8 for 39. Nate Washington, 6 for 129. Craig Stevens, 5 for 67. Dexter McCluster, 4 for 77. Steve Smith, 4 for 55. Torrey Smith, 4 for 122 and 2 touchdowns. Delaney Walker, 3 for 17 and a touchdown. Dennis Pita, 3 for 65. And Jacoby Jones, 3 for 29. Moving on, let's go to defense now. Most tackles went to Wesley Woodyard, very closely followed by Matt Elam. Then, of course, you have Zach Brown, followed by Omar Brown. Wow. Elvis Dumerville, Terrell Suggs, Sean Phillips, Pollard, and the list goes on and on. Now, sacks. I was correct. The only game with sacks. 3 going to Jarrell Casey, 2 going to Keem Ayers, 2 going to Derek Morgan, and then 1 by Alohi Nada. Exactly what you expect from Alohi Nada, at least one set. Now, interceptions. Ladarius Webb, like I said, had glue on this man's hands. He was catching it all day. 3 interceptions for him, 2 for Darrell Smith, 1 for Amar Brown, but at least we got 1 with Terrell Suggs. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Let's check now. There we go. Forced fumbles. They did have 3. 2 by Pollard, 1 by Keem Ayers. Now, were any of them recovered by us? Yes, they were. Sean Phillips recovered 1, and Zach Brown recovered 1. Real nice, real nice. Now, as you're going to see, as I point this out, in case you didn't watch the game, which you probably should go do that, because it was a good game, there was no safeties, no touchdowns. So, let's see how a kick return goes. I know, a kick return game is always strong. 6 for 189. Torrey Smith had 6 for 140. They had a pretty good game with that. Punt return, they had 3 punts. They punted 3 times, 3 for 15. Not much on that at all. So, now let's move on and see who got the awards for the week. As soon as we get out of here, we'll see the awards for the week. Okay, so anyway, guys, let's check that out. The weekly awards go to... NFC Offensive Player of the Week goes to Drew Brees, 34 of 55, 351 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 carries for -4 yards. NFC Defensive Player went to the 49ers player, Eric Reed, 9 tackles, 2 interceptions. AFC Offensive Player went to Tom Brady, 36 of 58, 363 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 carries, -1 yards. Ladarius Webb got the AFC Offensive Player with 6 tackles, 3 interceptions. Now, out of all 4 of these players of the week, only one of them actually was on a winning team. Absolutely crazy. That man was Drew Brees. All 3 of the others did fall. So now, I believe that is it. The only other thing we have to do is train up our players for the next week. Let's keep intensifying our cornerbacks. Let's work on Charlie Whitehurst a little bit just so he can have some experience going into this game. If it lets us. I forgot. It's not really been letting us lately for some reason. So all starter cornerbacks will get a little boost. Let's see how much that leaves us with. Let's see, 32. Okay, so let's see what else is it gonna let us do. Middle linebackers could probably use a little bit of a boost. McCarthy's getting cut after this year, so I really don't even care about him. Our middle linebackers are really strong overall. I really love them so much. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so full safety. Full safety. Okay, let's put the last 16 hours into these two boys, and that'll be it. That's all the hours we got for this week. They want us to focus a lot more on the defense and the offense, probably because we have the 32 ranked defense, which doesn't make sense to me because our defense is absolutely amazing. Our defense in the playoffs, for the first playoff game, didn't let the other team score in the fourth quarter. The second playoff game, in the second half, they allowed the team to score 1 touchdown. I don't get how it's saying we have the 32 ranked defense, but whatever. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment if you did enjoy this video. Thank you so much. If you feel like you enjoy my content enough, do hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, along with you hitting that like button and everything else. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DemonRushGaming, and I am out of here.